Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my, what an exciting time it is for DSA. We finally have our first club raid ever. So, hey yo, Jimbo, get the fishing rod ready because we're going squid jiggling. We're having octopus tonight. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The Ursula raid is here, the forbidden depths. Mwahahahahaha. So, what this means is that as a club, we need to prepare ourselves, we need to strategize, we need to hunker down as what we did with Conquest, and we need to kill it and win it. So, before we begin, this video will basically talk about the raid, how it works, what we need to do as a club, and how we can tackle it together for the win. First off, before anything, we talk about ticket collection. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please spend your energy because that is how we can get the daily collection tickets. Okay, so what this means is that every day each of us will get a maximum of 1,000 tickets, which we can contribute to the overall club's ticket, which is required to open a raid. Do bear in mind that only leaders and co-leaders can launch a raid. So once we have enough tickets, we can launch it. So again, please spend your energy as well as your grand campaign energy, because we need those tickets from all of you in order for us to open up the raids. Okay, so please, I know I'm not gonna mention any names. So please spend your, oh, sorry about that. So please spend your energy so we can collect the tickets to launch the raid. Okay, now enough about the tickets. Let's talk about the actual raid itself. We're going to talk about the different difficulty. We're going to talk about the requirements. We're going to talk about the rewards and what we need to do in order to win. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty details of the raid. What we need to know, how we need to prepare, and how we can go for the win. So first of all, what we need to do is we look at the difficulty range. If you see here, there's several different tiers, from tier 1 all the way to tier 5, as well as a heroic tier. Now the difference here between the normal tier and the heroic tier is that when you are playing the heroic tier, once we launch, there is no unit refresh daily and you have unlimited amount of attempts. This means that, for example, if we launch the raid today, you can take as many chances as you want. You can use all your full squads as long as they meet the requirement. Okay, I will get back to that in a sec, but first let's talk about the normal tiers, tier 1 to 5. Let's take tier 4 for example. Okay, so here what we can use in tier 4, what is required is we need 6-star toons. So, and here it says recommended will be level 60 plus, tier 6 as well as T6 gear. Okay, and in a day each of us are only allowed 5 attempts, and after 24 hours our units are refreshed. In other words, if let's say I have used my Kingdom squad today, I've used my DTV, I've used my Oceanic, okay, and they're all dead, obviously, because you know raid is hard. You're not supposed to be able to solo it by yourself. Okay, so what happens is that after 24 hours, all your units will be available again for usage until the time where we finish the raid. So for example, if it takes us 4 days to finish the raid, we will get to use our toons 4 times within that whole period. And here, what is also interesting to note is that there is a chance for escape, which I will explain later on about how this would be beneficial for us. And if you notice, the difference here with the heroic tier is that there is no chance of escaping, which means we have to play smart here. And there is also no unit refresh. So once we have launched heroic tier, we have to finish it with whatever we have. Okay? So now, of course, obviously, for the first time, we will definitely not run heroic tier. We would most probably run a lower tier, maybe, I don't know, it's up for discussion for now. We will see what is the best option for us as a club. So now, what I would like to talk to you next is about the raid itself. Wait, but before that, let's talk about the rewards. So the rewards here are good. Obviously, for heroic tier, that's the only one where we can get the Ursula tokens, okay? But at the moment, for now, we as a club definitely are not ready because it will be very, very, very difficult, okay? So here, as you can see, there's different tiers of reward. So if let's say we are playing tier 3 raid, so we will get all these rewards, and as you go higher up the tier, the rewards will be better, of course. So this is for T7 to T8 gear, as you can see. So yes, again, this will help us determine which tier raid we want to do. Okay, now going back into the raid itself. So let's look at, just for example, this is tier 1 raid. So we are required to use 3 stars tune. Okay, as you can see here. Okay, so we need 30,000 tokens, raid tickets to launch it. We have 3 daily attempts, which means in a day, let's say I can use my kingdom, my DTV, my oceanic. That's 3 attempts done. After that, I'm not allowed to play anymore until the next 24 hours when my units are refreshed and everything can be used again. All my tunes can be used again. And here the victory points is 5 points, which I will need to check to know what exactly that means. Okay, so we also have here the bonus ability, which is escape, which means that when we escape, if successful, our units, our tunes will still be able to fight in future battle. So again, let's take an example. I'm using my kingdom squad, and then each of them has escaped because here there's chance of 100%, which means I can reuse them in the next attempt. But bear in mind, for tier 1, there's only 3 daily attempts. So if I'm using just my kingdom, if I can escape them all before they die, I can reuse them for all 3 attempts. So now, the raid itself will have 4 phases, as I've mentioned before. As we go along the phase, it will increase in difficulty, and for this raid, it seems that there's different enemies per phase. Okay, what we need to take note here is that each enemy during each phase has one ability or one skill that can instantly defeat target opponents. Look at that. So for phase 1, we have From the Depths, which means that at the beginning, I'm sure this skill will be on cooldown. Okay, so once the magic has finished up, the cooldown is down, and this is what we need to worry about. So this skill, by using this From the Depths, you can instantly defeat target opponents, which means that once dead, and it cannot be revived. So that means that if you have a hammer, not useful because you still cannot bring back the dead. Okay, same goes for phase 2, and all the phases. So here we see for phase 2, we have this suffocating vortex. So chances are what we need to do is we need to defeat, if possible, we need to either defeat the enemy before they get a chance to use the skill, or we escape. Okay, ideally, based on whatever information that we are given here, and based on past knowledge, what we need to do is we should escape just before these skills are available to the enemy. So that means that when we escape, we get to use our squads again and fight and do the same tactic. Okay, same goes for the third phase. Let's see, this is again suffocating vortex, and phase 3 is when we will face Ursula the first round. And here she also has the ability Poor Unfortunate Souls, where again instantly defeats target opponents and cannot be revived. So this is an issue, but what we can do is bear in mind we have the escape skill. So the right off the bat, I can think of the tactic here would be to keep the escape right before she can use the poor unfortunate soul, and we would escape our tunes so we can reuse them. Okay, so phase 4 would be the ultimate challenge, and again here there's also the wrath of the sea witch. Damn, octopus lady, you badass. So again, we would need to actually run the raid first to know exactly how all of this goes. And also what we need to take note as well is that, okay, if you look at each phase, each of the enemy will also have the sorcerer's strength. Okay, and here we need to take note that this character cannot be stunned, it cannot be silenced, it cannot be intimidated, polymorph, or sleep. Which means, slumber is useless, dynamite is useless in terms of the stun, but you can still damage the enemy. Polymorph, Dr. F's frog will not work here as well. Pumpkin would not work here as well because it would not be, it's immune, so, and we cannot silence them. Okay, so please take note of that. Again, this is supposed to be done as a club, so definitely not a single person can finish the raid all by himself or herself. And also what you need to remember is that, yeah, you might be thinking, damn, this is impossible and this is only tier 1. No. Okay, here's the thing. As I have mentioned, when we are playing the raid, so the health persists. So for example, if I'm going in and I do 10% damage on, let's say, what's the first enemy's name again? Let's say Glut the Shark. I do 10% damage on him. And then let's say the next person comes in is Sony. Sony does another. When Sony comes in, Glut will be at 90% health because I've done 10%. And then if she does 10% again, and if Slay goes in next, Slay will see Glut at 80% health. And for example, if me and Sony goes in at the same time and both of us deal 10% damage and we both die, when Slay goes in, it will be 80%. Okay, so the idea here is that each of us must do as much damage as possible so that the next person, whenever our next members plays, the health will go down gradually. So yes, again, definitely we need more than one squad to handle this. We definitely need to upgrade our gears. And the key thing here, we need to understand, we need to learn how to maximize the usage of escape, as well as make sure that we do not get instantly defeated. Okay, so right off the bat, of course, this will be a challenge for us, but I think the reward will be good as well. Okay, so that's it for now. Let's get this done, guys. We can do this. So yes, may the force be with you. Yes.